Sarah Palin suing the New York Times for defamation.
The New York Times called me deceptive and a disinformation. We fought back.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
I wasn't sure what James intended, wanted in the piece. I wasn't sure if the piece worked.
In your position and role at the New York Times in the 2017 time period, did you also work on fact-checking?
Fact-checking was part of everyone's job from the writer on, so yes.
Was there anyone that had the ultimate responsibility, though, for the factual accuracy of a piece?
Objective form.
You can answer.
You can answer.
Oh, I'm not really sure what that even means. No, I wouldn't say one person was wholly responsible. I mean, no. I mean, there's the copy editor is the last one to see the copy. There is a certain responsibility there. The fact checker has a certain responsibility, the writer, the editor, and of course the editor of the page. I'm not sure how to quantify.
If you were trying to verify a fact through news stories, would you look for news stories in the Times first?
Objection form.
Not necessarily. I would consider it a good source, but I mean, I often would be checking Washington Post. Sometimes it's just about you Google something and it was whichever established source would come up first.
What is your understanding of what framing a story means?
Through what lens do we want to look at this issue? Is it, for example, you might say, is it an economic issue? Is it a cultural issue? Do we want to see it politically in terms of the political parties?
And what role, to your knowledge, did James Bennett have on the America's Lethal Politics editorial?
He did the last round of editing on it. I wasn't sure what James intended, wanted in the piece. I wasn't sure if the piece worked.
And when you conducted research in connection with editorials that you were working on, would you save your research?
No, I mean, I didn't keep files of what I had read for each piece, no.
And do you recall during the course of this conversation that you had with Mr. Bennett on June 14th of 2017, what Mr. Bennett said in response to the questions that you raised?
He said, I'll take a look at it. And he called up the piece. And he, I think at one point said, yeah, it needs some work, I'll do it.
Let me ask you this. If you go to the very first page of the exhibit, it has the America's Lethal Politics headline.
Yes.
Who came up with that title or headline?
I'm pretty sure that was James.
Were you aware that Mr. Bennett's brother was a U.S. Senator?
Yes.
At any point in time between the date of the Loeffner shooting and the date of the Scalise shooting in Virginia, do you recall ever learning whether any link was established between political rhetoric and Mr. Loeffner's shooting in Arizona?
Same objection.
I don't recall.
And how is it that you know that no link was established between the map circulated by Sarah Palin's Political Action Committee and the Loeffner shooting?
Because when I walked into work the next day, I discovered we'd been wrong and we were running a correction. The room was abuzz with discussion of that. There was a general gasp in the room of like, oh my God, how could we get this wrong?